Hey guys, Helen Hart-Smith here again from the Heart of the Witch's Path YouTube channel. I am coming to you with a video response for questions for the 2016 YouTube Pagan Challenge. You know, I'm behind, but that's not why I'm putting questions together. My answers just happen to kind of go together for some of these questions that are side by side. So, killing two birds with one stone here. So this video, we are going to deal with weeks 44 and 45. And I'm just going to kind of give you the questions because it all kind of ties in. So the 44-week question is, what has been most influential on your path? And what are your favorite pagan/spiritual books? So these answers, they kind of flow one into the other. And kind of back again for me, because there's a few things that specifically have been influential for me on my path. The first thing that's influential for me is my coven. My coven, I've been a member of 2 covens in my along my path, and both of those groups, I'm pretty sure I've talked about both of them at various times, but both of those groups have inspired me to push myself, to learn more, to be a better witch, to be a better person, to be a better everything, because I really look at my path as something that it's not an aspect of my life. It is incorporated into everything in my life. So those people that I've come into contact in those 2 covens, and I've shared, there's people that have been in both covens, so, you know, but they're very influential for me. And so, that's like the first one. So I'm going to kind of cover 3 things that are most influential to me as I kind of talk about things, because like I said, they kind of go hand in hand. So I've got my pile of stuff here. So as far as like books, you know, what was the question? Let me double check this question. What was the wording of it? Favorite pagan/spiritual books. So I kept it to a short stack. Some of it might sound a little redundant compared to everything else, but well, everything else that I do, I can't hide where I'm at. So, favorite book, this is the first book. This is Celtic Magic by D.J. Conway. It's not that this is a revolutionary book in any way, shape, or form. There's lots of books out there about Celts and their magic and the Tuatha De Danann. There's lots of books on all of that. So this isn't, you know, a monumental book, but this is the first magic book, the first New Age book, the first metaphysical, occult, whatever you want to call it. This is the first book that I owned. Picked this up in a used bookstore. The first coven that I was involved in, we took our circle cast directly from the pages of this book. And I think there's elements of that in here still. And Sabbath rituals and stuff like that. There was so much that was taken from this book. And so it really opened the door to me becoming a witch. So that's why it's one of my favorites. The second book leads into my second most influential part of my practice, and that is Christopher Penczak, and this is his book, Gay Witchcraft. This particular book was influential for me because it actually brought my sexuality into my spirituality, and they started living in the same place after reading this book. This was big time stuff going on here, and I never really realized how separately things were. But can you see all of the bookmarks here, all of the flags over here? There are lots of things in this book that I loved, that I wanted to come back to, that I wanted to mark. And so I'm very grateful to Christopher for writing this book. And a lot of this, of course, is from a gay man perspective because Christopher is gay and a man. So but there's also a lot of good information in here that made it so monumental for me. So second favorite book, second most influential. And it's been a while since I've looked through this, and I feel like I need to go through it again and just this is copyright 2003. I've been meaning to do a book review on this book. So if you're interested in me talking more about this book, please comment below and I will make sure to do that sooner rather than later. All right, next favorite book. Another Christopher Penczak. Yes, I know, broken record. I'm sure that I've talked about this book in blogs and other videos. I want to say that this is probably on my 5 books that every new witch should own. This is the book when someone's questioning Wicca, like what it is, if it's right for them. This is the book that I suggest to them that they get and that they read and then talk to me. This book is amazing. It's understanding and exploring the magical universe. Christopher not only talks about Wicca in this book, he talks about a lot of major religions, and there's a whole annex at the back of this that has different prayers from different religions. And so this is a great resource book for that new person. Very influential. Unfortunately, this came out like after I was already practicing, but it still had good information, and it's, like I said, it's one that I recommend. As a matter of fact, our 2 students, this is part of their reading. Next influential book. Oh, look, it's another Christopher Penczak. Well, go figure. So this is the year 3 text for the Temple of Witchcraft Mystery School. This is the Temple of Shamanic Witchcraft. And I don't know how well you can tell this. This guy's got dog ears and bookmarks and has been well loved. I want to say this guy's even signed. This was a favorite for me because before coming to witchcraft, I was involved in Native American spiritualism. And so this really helped to kind of reconnect me with that part of my path and kind of bring it all forward and bring it all together. So this is something that I reference a lot. A lot of the teachings that were a part of this became an integral part of my practice from the time of the 3rd year forward. So this one is pretty good. That's just being, nice. Pretty good. Whatever. So another favorite book is this one. This is Hoodoo Basics. What is it and how do you use it by Jackie Smith. This is something that she self-published. And I picked this up at Convocation one year. This looks like copyright 2007. I don't think these are available anymore, but maybe Jackie, if you see this, I think a lot of this information is actually part of her Coventry Creations book. This has got a lot of really good information. If you're interested in hoodoo, I would suggest that you pick up her Coventry Creations book. And there's a lot, she makes candles, so she deals with a lot of candles. But there's a lot of information in here on herbs, on mojo bags. This little book here is where I first learned about 4-penny divination. So this is a good one that I reference quite often. So like that. And so that kind of leads me into the 3rd of my most influential things on my path, the things that have influenced my path, and that would be going to Convocation. That's where Convocation is where I met people like Jackie Smith, and where I first met Christopher Penczak and Dorothy Morrison and Michelle Belanger and Raven Caldera. These people that have gone on to influence my craft quite a bit. It's a wonderful place to meet people, to meet authors, to be exposed to things that you might not have ever been exposed to. It's great for community building, and so that has helped me to grow immensely. So that's the 3rd. Almost all my books. My last influential or favorite book is my Book of Light. I've again, done videos and blog posts about my Book of Light, and this is my current Book of Light. I'm not going to go through it right now, but this is the book where I put everything that I learn and everything that I want to be able to reference and everything that I want to be able to share with people. I do share most of this book with people if given the opportunity, and it's a work in progress. So yeah, so that's my last favorite book. So that is my video response for week 44 and 45 for the YouTube Pagan Challenge 2016. If you've enjoyed this or learned something, please give it a thumbs up. If you haven't done so already, please subscribe to the channel if you like what I'm doing here, what Kathy and I do. Please comment. That was the other thing. Please comment. I'd love to hear books that influence you, or favorite books, or things that influence you. I always like to hear from you guys, so leave me a comment. All right. Thanks for walking the path for a little while with me. And until next time, blessed be.